Hey, I'm going to do a video on repairing brushes, bristles. A lot of people get rid of theirs way beyond their life expectancy after they beat them to where the bristles are no longer straight. I buy these used and just fix them myself. Some of them came damaged and I ended up repairing them pretty well. And all they'll need is a little bit of water. And they'll come out to a pretty okay point. I like buying these brushes because it lets me try out a lot of these brushes, and they end up coming up to, or they end up being just as good as new, and are very close. So, you know, I bought this one for about $3 as well. So, if you do this right, it should be okay. So I bought these today. Just got back from the store and thought I'd make a video because I have a lot of brushes and they've all been about $3, $4, $5 or less, and they're all these brushes are like anywhere from $30 to $60. So, or 20 to 60. I do have a brush that I bought. It's 20, but I like this brush, but it's based off of it's a synthetic squirrel. So it holds a lot of water, and I realized I've come to find out that I enjoy this brush, but firm bristles are just I just work better with them. So anyway, I have a couple of different brushes, but I have this one. I use this one a lot, but anyway, so what I'm going to do first is, since I just bought these, I'm going to clean the bristles. So I'll do that by wetting the bristles, and I'm going to use some soap cleaner or some bristle cleaner, brush cleaner, just to get whatever was in there worked out. Usually I just like to rub that through. I have a sink right here, so the first time I'm just going to rinse that through too, just to get any dirt, impurities, fingerprints out, and then I'll do it again. I don't see any soap or anything in there. A lot of the times, if these bristles aren't torn, cut, broken, they can be repaired to okay use usually. And of course there's going to be some brushes that are beyond repair, but like I said, unless they're cut or torn. I heard this kid saying that if they have trained themselves, just like hair, to get turned a certain way, you know, they can be bent back a certain way. So I'm just forming that. So that's how this would look just by buying a used brush and using good soap cleaner, brush cleaner. But we're gonna do more than that. So this is the same thing. Got a pretty good deal because this one is seems to hold its shape pretty quickly. So there's kind of nothing wrong with this one. Maybe this person didn't like the way it was used. It's also squirrel. It seems to be seems to feel like real squirrel. But I'm not really sure. Okay, so just cleaning this as well. Don't see any ink in this either. Alright, so the best way to train your bristles or brush hair is to place it in boiling water for a few seconds, and that will allow the hair to just reform, and you can either form it into place or it'll form itself. But usually what that does, especially if you haven't done it a lot and your bristles are good, it will pretty much fix itself. And if it's struggling a little bit, then you only need to maybe use your hands like so, and or repeat the process after a few times of painting, you know, to clean it thoroughly. Clean it thoroughly, and you'll get to where this was bad. I wish I did it before and after, which is why I wanted to do these. Now, just with the soap alone, they already look a little different or ready for action. They are, So I kind of lucked out with these, but I'm gonna boil some water really quick. I have a kettle, so that shouldn't take long at all. Because what I do is I'll dip it into a cup, and I have like just a shot glass, and I'll pour hot water, boiling water in there, and I'll dip this right into the water just like that for a few seconds, and I'll bring that over here and show you in just about a minute. And within just seconds the hair's already reformed. I like to just dab it or get a sharp point in it, and that will just get that hair to remember where it was definitely, or where it used to be, primarily used to be. So that's all the advice I have for bristles. Like I said, unless they were torn, cut, some people will cut bristles to a shape. There's really nothing you can do about that. But for these, I've been worn out a little bit. They just need to be boiled and put back into place. The point won't be the exact same, but it still will be pretty much night and day. This brush would have seemed beyond repair. It was so fuzzy, and when you dipped it in water, it was just fuzzy. It didn't have a point. Boiling water a few times. I took a couple of times of doing it. I would paint with it, use it. I use this for like a lot. Like I still use it a lot just because of the habit. But I sketch with it and everything, and eventually it soothed the new formation enough to where if I kept cleaning it, it just made a good point again. And I honestly did not think there was going to be a point to this. I was going to use this as a scrubbing brush, but after that I was like, alright, let me try all these other brushes I have, and I ended up cleaning all my brushes and putting points on all of them really quickly. This cleaner, by the way, is great if you can't boil water, or don't want to deal with that, or just your brushes aren't that bad. This is all you need to keep your brush in a nice shape when you're not using it. And even when you do use it, cleans out a lot of stuff in there that you wouldn't think was still in there, a lot of ink and things like that. So let me go grab that water, the boiling water, really quick. Might be a little hard to tell the difference, but there will be difference. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Regular water, boiling water. This point isn't that great. Like, see the very tip? So, just gonna dip that in here for a few seconds. I'll dip it right below the ferrule just because it shouldn't be glued that low anyway. Look at that, it's bubbling. And then from there, I'll like work out the bristles and then look at that point. So, boiling water works amazingly. I won't need to do it again. I'm gonna do it one more time just to get that point. And again. And then I'm just working those bristles. I use my finger. Sometimes I use the soap if my fingers are too shaky, and that'll hold a point. But this guy has a good point to it now. People will feel inclined to like cut their bristles, but like don't, because you won't be able to do this again where it will form a point. It will just, if you've already cut it. But you know, if you buy a brush for a specific reason, that's different. So this one too, I'm gonna dip this in here. I'm not gonna let the bristles reach down to the metal on here just because the metal on here is thin. And looks like it was wound, so I don't want it to get loose however it was. So dip this quite a bit. Not sure why, but I just kind of get a feel for it. Okay, and this alone also, the tip is super pointy out. I don't worry about the rest of the bristles, you notice I don't have to shape it. I just kind of align it with the cup, but it's solid. I just got back from the store with these, so I gotta admit they do look a little bit better than some brushes do right away, especially buying them from a used craft store, but it's all good. I'm glad to have gotten a flat travel brush, $3. It's Connoisseur, Kolinsky, Pocket, Japan. This is I've heard of this brand in a review before, so when it spreads out it's not so flat, but they're even, so that is the purpose of this. And like, I mean, it's great. I didn't even need to do anything to it. I don't need to shape it. Look how thin that is, and very flat. So very happy about these. Hope that you try this out before trying anything else out. Just boil some water. It's just hair, and it will straighten itself out or get itself in the position you might need to just touch it. And then if you are really struggling, just do it a few times. Keep doing it little by little. Don't leave it. Don't use anything more than boil. Don't leave it in there too long. Just little by little, day by day, till it works itself out. And then this as well. This brush cleaner is amazing. So try that. Let me know if you have better tactics or use this and it works. But if you have any used brushes or opportunity to buy used brushes and they have like one or two things you don't like about it but think you can fix the bristles, or the bristles are really the main problem, try this method, see if this works. Thanks for watching.